Confidence is growing, and she's feeling much more comfortable out there.
As we look at this matchup, Shawn Langdon, the #1 qualifier, and Morgan Lucas. Consider this, Morgan Lucas is 7-0 head-to-head with Shawn Langdon.
It'll then be, wow. That's coming off that hole shot win last week in Pomona, California. These two guys, as we said, they're good friends, grew up together, went to high school together, and they raced the racetrack. They raced the tree as much as they do the racetrack. And right now, yeah, absolutely, they're both two of the best levers in the business. But Morgan, so far this season, he's been really hitting the tree very well. Shawn Langdon, I think he's still just kind of getting comfortable with everything. So, but he knows he's going to have to step up his game against his friend Morgan Lucas in the other lane.
And for Morgan Lucas, as always, his family is here, father, his mother, every event.
So now for Morgan.
Fire for Morgan. Shawn Langdon gets that win. 379 is the number, 318 miles an hour. That's Forrest Lucas instead. Well, now some money. We just saw go up in flames.
That was spectacular. I don't know how much. Yeah, I think what happened is one of the breather tubes blew off the back of the car possibly. You see the cylinder going out right there. And then you're going to see, I think probably, it looked like it pushed the head gasket out and then maybe just pushed the oil out of the back of it. Yeah, look, both breather tubes are blowing off the valve cover, which is just throwing oil back out that thing on fire to just lit her up big time.
Look at it a couple more times here.
Yeah, let's look at from the back cylinder out right there, and you're going to see, well, you see Shawn Langdon going up, and look at the size of that fire. Good thing he wasn't in a funny car.
I think it's huge. Look at the smoke pour off of it when it lights up, too.
Well, when those tubes blew off, I mean, it just let a lot of oil go out that, out the back on the headers, and whew. Quick, the boy just kept burning for a while.
Let's go to Gary Gerald.
With Clay Millican, who advances now to the semifinals. Clay, we heard you on the radio referencing you were driving like John Force. What do you mean?
Well, I'll tell you what, you can't do too many things wrong driving like John Force, but I'm usually trying to be real smooth and nice, and John just freaking gets after it. He slams the gas during the burnout, and he slams the car backing up, and I did all those things. But Parts Plus gives me some parts and pieces, and Bendix gives me some good brakes to stop with. Man, I'm happy with this car. I tell you what, it just keeps going down the racetrack. We ain't figured out how to go 70s, but let that sunshine come out. We'll go down this racetrack, and we keep getting win lights. I'm happy.
And a little better reaction time next time around.
It's going to be great. Thank you.
Now let's go to Dave Reeve.
Schumacher Electric Funny Car Team ready for their round 2 opponent. It is Jeff Arend. This NHRA full throttle drag racing is intense. It's full of a lot of emotion, which includes nerves for drivers like Beckman, going for his 4th win in the last 5 years. But those nerves in round number 1 were faced with something else.
Yeah, it's hard not to feel that nervousness and the butterflies, and these things are so unpredictable. Today is actually the 41st anniversary. Special gentleman, Sergeant Randy Fuller, came by, and he was presented with a Silver Star, which below the Medal of Honor is about as high up an award that the military gives out for gallantry and bravery, and it was just so special. I carried this with me on the run. So it's probably the only 308-mile-an-hour Silver Star, and I'm hoping we can carry it into the winner's circle as a tribute to not just Sergeant Fuller, but all of the military and everything that they're doing all the time. And it kind of helps put a little bit of perspective and framework on the fact that we get a paycheck to drive funny cars.
Amen to that.
That was a sergeant in the Air Force, still cleaning up from oil. Look at the right side of your screen. That's Corey McLenithan 1 year ago. They've had some barn burners at this track. That, of course, would count as one of them. Morgan Lucas earlier would be another. Well, there's plenty more to come on an exciting weekend in Phoenix.